Hi and welcome. Welcome back if you've been here before. I am doing a pick a card reading to get some tea on you. Anything that you might know already that you need some affirmation about, or things about yourself that you've forgotten, or things about yourself that you haven't realized, or aspects of yourself that you've grown into or need to tap into or need to be aware of. And we'll just see what comes through. We have three groups with three different tarot decks, and whichever deck or crystal you are drawn to, you can be drawn to more than one. The timestamps will be below in the description box. The first deck we have here is the Modern Witch Tarot, and we have a smoky quartz heart with this one. I'm hearing airplanes above, and usually that signifies a shift in the energy and possibly air energy, so a shift in thoughts or belief system, or just clear mental thought, new ideas, epiphanies. Anyway, the second group is the Light Seers Tarot, and we have a selenite crystal. Oh, I love the energy on this one today. And then we have the Rider-Waite Tarot, and this is a turquoise crystal, I think. The colors can often be a little bit different with each crystal. Anyway, these are the three groups. We will start with group 1, which is the Modern Witch Tarot with the smoky quartz. Whichever group you choose or are drawn to, you can skip forward to the timestamp in the description box. If you chose group 1, this is your reading. I'm going to start with a few oracle cards first to get an energy for you. Anything you might need to know about yourself, good or bad. And good or bad is relative. Let's see. Grumpy Red Fairy, be true to yourself. And then at the bottom of the deck we have Witch at the End of Time. An important end, a new beginning. The red is standing out here. So either you have fire energy, in your birth chart you might be a fire sign, or I'm also getting that at this time you might just be grumpy or angry. And sometimes we don't even realize that there's anger within us. And I feel like you might be experiencing some inflammation in your body. You could have an infection or a cold, and this can be anywhere in your body. Like it's inflammation due to anger, possibly long-standing chronic anger that hasn't been processed. So like I'm seeing her eyes are red here. Like if you have an eye infection, it might be about something that you've been seeing or looking at or been exposed to, that, or it could just be you're in a dry area, your eyes are dry, and it's causing an infection in your eye or your nose, or you haven't cried and you're sad about something, but you're not expressing your sadness as sadness or grief, but you're expressing it as anger. I'm really getting a fever type vibe with this chick today. So there might be a health aspect that you need to look at. And inflammation can be anywhere in the body, right? This card is making me think of something related to blood. So maybe blood pressure, or I don't know, some sort of iron deficiency. You might need to do some blood work. Have some blood tests done, go to see your doctor. There's something about your blood, maybe your blood type. Do you know your blood type? I don't know where this is coming from. This is not where I thought this reading would go. She's green in this card, and that would generally be heart chakra energy or be related to nature, like she's connected to nature. But I'm getting the feeling of feeling sick or under the weather. I don't know why that came through initially. So there might be some health aspects that you need to focus on with yourself right now. We have an 8 and a 9, so that's a progression. Like maybe you're processing a lot of karma, and this might be yours or someone else's, and karma can be good or bad. So you are witnessing stuff or stuff is coming up to the surface, your emotions or mentally, that is angering you, that you might not have processed before in the past, or it's coming through in your body to be released. Now, this doesn't mean that something is happening actively now. It's just, that energy has been within you, the memory, the emotion, the experience, or the energy in your body. And so now your skin is having a breakout, or you have inflammation in your knees. It can be something like that. So it's coming up for your awareness so that you can see, okay, I need to deal with my health right now and figure out why I have this inflammation in this part of the body, and look at the physical symptoms and the physical problem, but also the energetic and spiritual reason. I actually wanted to mention this. I saw a TikTok video the other day about a lady that went to the doctor, and she was saying that her inner child felt so seen and heard by this doctor because she had the flu that wasn't going away, and the doctor had said, "Oh, shame, your throat is really angry." And the way the doctor spoke to her, was just so soothing to her inner child. And our bodies and our hearts and our souls and our minds want us to know what is happening within us, so it gives us messages. So like your throat being inflamed or angry is either having had an argument, or not being able to speak your truth, not speaking up for yourself, or feeling some sort of anger, resentment, frustration that needs to come to the surface. Okay. But something's coming to an end. I feel like this might be something in the past that is coming up to be released, so that it doesn't keep replaying in different experiences in your life. I'm definitely getting something about blood. I don't know what that is. We'll try and clarify as we go along. Your grumpiness can be, you didn't realize that the way someone speaks to you, they've always spoken to you that way, and you've never taken note of it, but it actually really bothers you. Or something that you need to do on a daily basis. Or it can be anything. There's something underlying that's possibly irritating you or really angering you that you can't quite put your finger on. And it wants to be known. But something might be ending in your life and something beginning. Okay, let's see. We have the engineer as well. Light attributes, ability to give creative energy a practical expression. Talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. So you might be an engineer, or this is a field that you may have never gotten into, but you would have been really good at, or you might want to get into in some way. I feel like you're very creative, but you are able to, practically implement your creative ideas. Um, these two cards, which at the end of time, I feel like where the world is right now, we are needing new innovative ways of solving energy problems, solving economic problems, socioeconomic problems like housing and where I am in South Africa, we have an electricity crisis. It can be infrastructure. There's so many different things in our world right now where we are needing to possibly work more in tune with nature and find more eco-friendly ways and more efficient ways and more, what's the word, economical ways of doing things. Side note, somebody's name might be Tom. My neighbor was just calling from outside for Tom. The shadow attribute of the engineer is reliance on mechanistic solutions without regard for emotional consequences. So I think the structures and systems we have in place right now in the world, a lot of them is just about making money, about getting the job done, about doing as much as possible. So quantity over quality, and it disregards how it affects us as humans, how it affects the earth. If this is a ethical or morally accepted way of doing things. And this might be a field that you are in or need to get into, or just even if it's not an engineer specifically, you might just have an idea of how you can recycle things or give back to society in some way, or whatever it is. It doesn't have to be in the field of engineering, but you could just have an ability to practically put ideas into use. You might be good at solving problems or dilemmas, and that can even be in relationships. You could even be, I feel like this could be, say, a job description that isn't typical, like being an attorney or tax consultant or whatever, but you have the ability to help people within a company or corporation, within a team, to work together and resolve dilemmas. So you're sort of like a mediator or consultant on social aspects or emotional aspects or well-being or something. We also have the scribe, light attribute, preserving knowledge and information. And the shadow attribute is altering facts or plagiarizing others' work. What I get from this is, firstly, you might have the ability to just sense that certain information is right or wrong. You might work in a field of research where you have to decipher if the data is just hearsay, if it's true, if it's a reliable source. If you've done research, there's a whole lot of criteria on what information is scientifically based, and my university teaching is going out of my head right now as I speak. But anyway, so you might be in research in some way, a journalist. In this time where we are having a lot of socioeconomic instability, you might be documenting certain things like what's happening in certain places in the world. And I won't go into what that is specifically. But let's get some tarot to clarify these energies. The smoky quartz crystal for this deck. Smoky quartz is a very grounding and stabilizing crystal. So you might have a very grounded, stabilizing energy, like you might be an earth sign or very connected to the earth. I feel like you might have a sense of obligation and responsibility, either in your community or in society or in the world right now. You might feel this sense of needing to do something, in terms of solving the world's problems or helping in some way. Or you might want to just use smoky quartz to help stabilize your energy if you are in very difficult circumstances in work or in life, in society. Please clarify the grumpy red fairy. What is this anger about? Please clarify. We have the Emperor and the Strength card and two major arcana. This is big, big energy. You might be a Leo, don't have to be. Leo's a fire sign. On Aries is also a fire sign. You have a really important role in the world right now. Whether that's in your company, in your family, in your community, on a global scale, you have a really big role in the world right now. And you have big energy. This is this is someone of authority. You might be a business owner, or that's something you should get into. I do feel like there's a big shift to war in terms of work in the world, and not many more people not wanting to be employed and growing their own businesses. But you have some sort of strength and perseverance and royal energy, sovereign energy, divine energy. I'm drawn to this guy's red suit. There's a very driven energy. I feel like this is someone that has very strong principles and beliefs. And either in work, there are certain ethical and moral considerations that you bring or that you stand for. It could be in politics or even humanitarian. I can't say the word. Humanitarian work in some way. You might dress up very formally for work, wear suits. There's a very strong energy that you bring to the workplace or to the world in general that is absolutely necessary right now. And what I'm getting is that if you have any anger about, certain policies in the workplace or how things are done, in whatever aspect, you need to channel your fire. You need to know how to not let your anger consume you and cause illness or negative emotions or energy within you, but you need to figure out how to use that fire in a tempered way to drive something, to serve in some way. So, for instance, if something angers you and you are unable to effect change in a practical way, you can say you need to blog about it or, post on social media about it, document it in some way and share it. Or say there's a specific incident where you've tried to resolve it, and I'm getting something about written proof. So like an email you might need to send, and then you have it in writing, or to take notes and document or keep receipts about something. This is not where I thought this reading would go. Someone might need to write either a book, a blog, an article, an ebook, something about certain issues in the world or in the workplace or in, societal issues, because I feel like you have ingenuitive ideas about how to resolve things that, people need to hear or know about. Let's clarify, get some more from the tarot. Already at 20 minutes. I didn't want to make these readings that long, but let's see. Bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Wands, more fire energy. I feel like people admire you and look up to you for either the way you think or the way you show up in the world, the things you stand for. We have the Lovers as well, 3 major arcana. That is amazing. This is really big, big energy. Whoever you are, you have big, big energy. Whether you've tapped into it or not, or acknowledged it for yourself yet or not, you have really big energy. And you're meant to utilize that energy. You're meant to show people. I think there is, the differences between right and wrong, and that can be very subjective. And right and wrong in any situation can be different. What you might apply in one situation with one group of people at a specific time might be very different from what you would apply with the same scenario, but different factors involved. You just have the ability to know what is the just or the right thing. You are guided by your soul, your higher self, the angels, God. You have a very significant path in this life. You're meant to show up as some sort of authority in some field, in some way, and lead in some way. But you can't let your anger at what's happening in the world consume you right now. You need to channel that energy into something that is going to be useful or productive. Wow. This is intense energy. This reading has gone on so long, and I don't know if anything here made sense. But let's close it off with some guidance from the Quantum Oracle. One card, please, for guidance. That's too many. That one. Transformation 5. You are some sort of bridge between higher guidance, higher consciousness, and the world. You've got some sort of information that you need to share. You're sort of like an earth angel. I guess many of us, if not all of us, are in some way, and we show up in the world in different ways. Like some people are meant to just be gentle, loving souls and maybe just be mothers and nurture the souls that have been born into this world. Some people are meant to, lead revolutions. Some people effect change in the environment. I feel like your energy, I feel like you need to model a different type of leadership in the world. This is strong masculine energy for me. Whether you are male or female, your inner masculine energy is very different. You stand for what is right and what is just and what is good. And I feel like the world is undergoing such a great transformation right now, and your energy, your presence, your knowledge is needed in some way. I'm hearing hold on through the change. um, it's going to be transformative for you in a good way, and you are going to be able to help the world in a big way. And that is your reading group 1. If you've made it this far, please like, share, comment. Let me know how this resonates for you. And subscribe if you'd like to be notified when I upload new readings. And if you are drawn to any of the other powers, please check that out. Thank you for joining me. If you chose group 2, this is your reading. What is the tea on you? What do you need to know? What would be helpful to know about you? This is a selenite crystal, so that might be significant. I'm first going to pull some oracle cards just to get an energy on you or something you may need to know about yourself. A tempting offer has a high price. And then we have Storm Angel. I feel like either a lot of people are attracted to you, but there's something about you that makes people feel guarded or wary. And they might feel like this is not negative. I'm getting the vibes that you're either so beautiful or so amazing in some way that people feel like even though they love you, they are attracted to you, they think you're beautiful, they want to be in your energy or in your life. It's almost like there's a high price to pay for being in your life. You might have black hair, curly black hair. It's like people need to be worthy to be in your life. And it's not a conceited thing. She looks kind of sad. She doesn't look conceited. It's just about, having standards and healthy boundaries and knowing who you are and your self-worth. And so people sort of get that, or this about yourself, that you're not willing to lower your standards, you're not willing to compromise your well-being or yourself for anything, no matter how high the price. Like you can't be bought with superficial things or with money. You have some sort of high worth. And this can cause a lot of conflict or turbulent situations in your life. And I also feel like she looks fragile and harmless and even afraid, right? And it's almost like you've got this side of you that is very protective and fierce. And there's sort of this energy that if your boundaries are crossed in a really bad way, or people try to harm you or hurt you in a really bad way, you're not going to allow that. And then there's this other side of you that comes out. And it's almost like you're afraid to use that side of you, or you don't like to get there. You're usually probably vulnerable and gentle and soft, whether you are male or female. But if need be, you can strike like lightning out of nowhere and people won't know what hit them. And I feel like maybe you knowing your worth and standing in that energy and being who you are, it sort of makes people question their own beliefs about themselves, about life, about their beliefs and attitudes. Let's get an archetype card. Numbers 38 and 35 might be significant. The thief and the heroine. The hero. It's amazing how these cards come out and match each other so well. Okay, the thief sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. Like, yeah, you know how much abundance there is within you. You know how much, there's something precious about you, your energy, what just who you are. The shadow attribute here is stealing money, creative ideas, affection, or other powers you think you lack. And I feel like you're not a superficial person. And there's certain things that holds an importance and a significance to you. And you might protect your heart and your emotions or feel like you have to by hiding it. You know how to protect yourself from people that don't have the best intentions, that want to steal from you, drain your energy, that want to ride on your coattails. So you really know who you are. We have the heroine here, passion for a journey of personal empowerment, because you've done a lot of work. You've climbed mountains. You don't escape the challenges or suppress or distract or run away from difficult things, and the difficult things about yourself as well. You might be passionate about personal empowerment and development, self-development in some way. Let's get some tarot to clarify. This is pretty straightforward. Like, this is giving, I've done all the self-love, all the shadow work, all the inner work. You have a power within you that you don't use unless you absolutely have to. And you don't need to you don't need to be extra. You don't need to try and use methods that are not ethical and moral and good to get ahead in the world. You just use your own skills, your own energy, your own power to climb the mountain, no matter how high. And you're not afraid of it. It's a challenge that you accept. Eight of Pentacles, you're not afraid of hard work. You might work alone or be self-employed. This chair standing out, somebody might have a chair like this. You might do spiritual work or creative work. The moon phases can be significant. You might want to tap into certain phases of the moon, when to rest, when you're more creative, when you're more intuitive, when you need to take action, when you're in a receptive energy versus a masculine energy. There's something about herbs and flowers. I'm hearing old school. I don't know what about you is old school. That one. The Six of Pentacles. There's lots of Pentacles energy here. So this is tangible things and possibly even money and finances. You work hard, and I feel like you've either learned lessons about balanced give and take in your life, and now you guard against people that might want to take from you and not be able to give back. But I also feel like with this infinity sign and it being an 8 here, like all the good you've put into the world is going to come back to you. If there is places and spaces where people have stolen from you, you're going to get it back. Wow, that's very specific. Justice. Yes, justice is going to be served because you do the right thing. You're an honest person. You're balanced. You could be a Libra. Justice is being served in some way for you. The Ten of Swords. You've gone through a lot of painful or difficult things, and now justice is going to be served. This reading is so much more straightforward and almost at its end compared to the first reading. I feel like if people have stolen from you, taken from you, used your creative ideas and gotten away with it, you just kept working on yourself or your business or your craft, your skills, and you just kept going. You kept climbing, and it's almost like the universe is bringing this justice, and you're gonna get back what was stolen. There's an emphasis on something being stolen from you or taken from you, whether that's intellectual property or finances or ideas or. And I feel like now your energy can be felt. Like people know, let's not mess with her. You're gonna get struck by lightning there. She's gonna bite you. She might look vulnerable, but there's some sort of protection around you that's innate. Your energy might just repel these people now, like you sort of embody a certain energy now, or you snap back in some way, but in a balanced, just way, and not for no reason or for a negative reason. I feel like you know how to let things end and let it go, painful things. Or this is going to be the end of many painful things that have happened in your life. That is like, I don't know what else there is here. When you're angry, it feels like the people around you feel you, or the people you're angry with, they feel it, even if you're not near them. Like they, if they've crossed you and you get into this energy of standing up for yourself, or just, I don't even feel like you need to do anything. It's like people just don't want to cross you if they've done it before, or now people just like some alarm bell goes off, like don't mess with her or with him. You have so much angelic protection. Force is stability, um, foundations, structure, protection. Your angels are so protective over you, you have no idea. Your ancestors as well, because you've got important work to do, and it's almost like all people stealing from you. It's delaying or impeding what you're here to do, and it's like the divine is like, no more. That's it. Um, we are protecting you now, but you also know how to protect yourself. Fragmented energy. There's a lot of lightning and storm symbology here. You might, I'm trying to get the message that's coming to me. You might change people's beliefs and attitudes about certain things in a way after they've crossed you. And then they sort of, it's not just a change in their belief, but they feel different about things and possibly about you. Like something just clicks into place. What else is this fragmented energy? I'm gonna cut the deck. I'm not clear on what this is. Present power. You know how to tame your inner beast, your inner ego, and you won't let it out for no reason. If it comes out, it's for a really good reason. You've befriended your ego and you have become aware of your power. And it's not something that you assert for control or manipulation or for gain. It's just your energy is just your energy. And this is from whatever painful things you've gone through and, climbing your personal mountains. You've gained strength, you've gained wisdom, you've gained skills, endurance, commitment, discipline. And that energy of yours can just be sensed by people. People can just read it on you. And that is your reading group too. That was pretty straightforward. Whatever has been taken from you is coming back to you. Believe that. Keep working on what you're working on. And don't be hard on yourself if you do need to protect yourself. But also know that you have angels protecting you. Maybe specifically the angels of the four directions: Archangel Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. That is your reading group 2. If you've made it this far, please like, share, comment. I'd love to hear how this resonates for you. Subscribe if you want to get notifications for when I upload new videos. I hope to see you again in another video. Group 3, if you chose, I think this is a aventurine. I'm not quite sure. Or it could be a turquoise. But what I've learned about crystals is that you can usually tap in and feel the energy that it exudes, or you can be drawn to a crystal for a certain reason. Like this is giving me eucalyptus vibes and soothing vibes, something about the throat chakra, maybe even the connection between expressing how you feel, the throat and the heart chakra. And now my throat is itching as I say that. Maybe it's confirmation. You might want to work with this crystal. But let's get into your reading group 3. I'm going to use some oracle cards first to get some energies and then clarify with tarot. Why is my voice cracking? What do we need to know about you? What's the tea? Transitions to the spirit realm. And Race of Alchemy, release your power. You might be Mexican. I don't know why that came out. The rainbow colors here is also standing out. You might be LGBTQ. You don't have to be. That's just something specific for someone. The numbers 16 and 33 can be significant. Transitions to the spirit realm. So the angel de los muertos, I think, helps souls that are ready to transcend. So, that can be something about death. I'm not saying anyone's going to die. But let me tap into this energy a little bit more. Actually, I want to read from the book. This compassionate, soulful, and most tender of angels has been assigned two tasks. The first is to gently collect and gather souls to take home, where they will rest a while before incarnating again. The second is to remove the fear of death and carry away souls while anticipating the sweetness and relief, peace and deep restful time before rebirth. So often the death card in tarot, and it's symbolic, right? I feel like in this life we don't necessarily have to die and reincarnate, but we have ego deaths and spiritual deaths where we become a new person. You go through the dark night of the soul, and you might have been through the dark night of the soul. You might just, in certain religious or Christian belief systems, there's this concept of being reborn, being saved. So either if it's religious or spiritual, or just, your personal growth, you are being born again. You are a new person in some way. And what else? There might be something significant around certain holidays like Halloween or Samhain, or I don't know these holidays very well. You might be receiving messages from passed on loved ones that are trying to communicate you or help you in some way. Might be having dreams about people that you know that have passed away. Or you're just connecting to the spirit realm in a new way, or beginning to. Let's get some more. Might become clearer as we go along. 33 is a master number, and for me, it's like Christ consciousness, embodying the energy of compassion and love for the world and unity. I feel like, a loved one might have passed away at the age of 33. 33 for me is a number where your life changes drastically, or something happens at this age that transcends you to a higher level of consciousness, a higher dimension, and that could be death. But I'm not speaking that over anyone. I feel like this is spiritual, energetic. This is in reverse. Wow, that's interesting. And this is it. Wow. Wow. Again, these archetype cards, how does the femme fatale, this is like the two opposites, the male and the female. There are so many different archetypes, like the advocate or the healer, child, the messiah, the addict, the warrior, the teacher, and these two come out together, and in reverse, that is significant in some way. And these dark brown, black colors are also significant. Femme fatale, highlight, and this is in the reverse. So the shadow attribute is inappropriate use of sensuality attached to money and power. The light attribute is highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. And this is in reverse. Don Juan. The light attribute is spotlights your positive, seductive qualities, and the shadow attribute is using the power of romantic attraction for private agendas. Okay, let me try and decipher this because it's not quite clear yet. This is an interesting one. I feel like, okay, that you might be healing. And when I say healing, it's like certain aspects of your root and sacral chakra is either healing. So say you've had a blocked sacral chakra and you were not connected to your sensuality, your sexuality, or you've had trauma around it, or you just don't feel comfortable being sensual, and this is connected to your creativity as well. You might be healing something around that, and it could be something from a past life as well. You might be a feminine that is very masculine, or you're a feminine energy, and you need to tap into your masculine energy, because we have both. We all have both, whether you're male or female, and having, a good balance of healthy masculine and feminine energy is what gets us to live harmoniously in the world and be successful and happy. If your feminine energy is healed but your masculine energy is distorted, you won't know how to take action in the world, even though you've got all the right guidance from your intuition, and vice versa. So, again, your gender role in this world, like whatever you, whatever your pronoun is, whatever you are comfortable with, I feel like you need to own it. And you were born into this world in that gender role, um, for a reason. Please clarify, transition to the spirit realm. The Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords. Something might have happened at the age of 16 or at the age of 33, or between those ages. The Seven of Swords is typically like a deceptive or sneaky energy, or maybe just being strategic about how you're moving and being tactful and careful. Please clarify, femme fatale. Four of Pentacles. Something around money and sensuality. I feel like you are meant to tap into your sensual energy to help you with either manifesting your success, financial abundance, but in a healthy way and not in an unhealthy way. And both your masculine and feminine energy. I feel like you used to try to get away from the spiritual aspect of your sensuality or your sexuality or your gender role. But once you tap into this aspect of yourself, your masculine and feminine energy, being charming, but not for the wrong reasons, being attracting what you want and not chasing it, or finding that balance, there's going to be a lot of financial stability for you. Clarify. Okay, those two want to be seen. There's three. The Chariot, you could be a Cancer. The Queen of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. This is water sign energy, possibly specifically Cancer. I feel like you've been closed off to love or intimacy in some way. I keep hearing gender role in my head. Maybe this is something you have to do for work. Maybe a counselor or a life coach, or helping people through or with certain issues around gender roles, creating awareness about it. There's something around being yourself and not tiptoeing around who you are, and that is going to be either the work that you're going to be doing that's going to bring you some sort of financial stability. But for you to be able to work in this, to access this work in some way, this career path, you have to embody and activate and understand your own masculine and feminine energies. Um, you might be really attractive and hide it. I'm also getting that. You might be a masculine energy that likes makeup or jewelry or dressing a certain way, and you need to embrace and embody that. I've never gotten a message like this before. I don't even know how to express it. Please let me know if this resonates in some way. There's definitely something about the way people dress. I'm also getting Dancing with the Stars. um, Moulin Rouge. I don't know what this is. You might meet someone on some sort of dating show or reality program, or you want to get on one of those or something like that. And the way you dress, your energy, the way you do your makeup or the way you look, there's something really significant about it. And this is where it's almost like you are your job. And the more you are you, the more successful you're going to be, and sort of empower others, teach others about themselves, about acceptance, about something, inspire people. This message sounds very specific. And also that some ancestors are trying to communicate with you in some way. You might be a person of color, like Latina or Mexican or colored in some way. I don't know if this message is going to resonate. Maybe it doesn't sound like it makes sense for me because this doesn't, it's not something it's relate to or know about. But let me know if it does. I'm going to pull some final message guidance for you. Group 3. Wow, that jumped out. Cycle of increase. There's some expansion in your money, in your career, in your path, what you're meant to do in this world for work. And so much gems on this journey. Enjoy this journey. Like if you are, say, doing auditions for something, or you are learning about, or you're at school, fashion school or something, there's so many gems that you are picking up, things that you are learning, things that are going to be super valuable for you, with the people you meet, the interactions you have, the side hustles you're doing. I don't know what it is, but I feel like you're going to be wealthy from being who you are, creating wealth from being who you are. And you need to stop hiding or running away from who you are, how you dress, what you like. This is giving influencer vibes, intuition and manifestation. 2 3s. 3333. You might be 33. Sort of like you already know that this is going to be your life. Like you've seen it or you can feel it, and it's going to manifest. Like you're either in the fashion industry or the beauty industry or an influencer, social media in some way. Music, dance, something creative, model, all of the above. I don't know. But trust your intuition. Your manifestations are coming through, and it's sort of like for most people, the end goal, the manifestation is the end goal, like the house or the car or the job or the money. But for you, like this whole journey is going to be just like amazing. Just enjoy it. The color purple is also significant. That can be crown or third chakra, can be activating for you now, or you are highly connected to the spirit realm. And it's almost like you're manifesting this life just by being you and tapping into who you are. That is your reading, group 3. I would absolutely love to hear how this resonates for you. Please like, share, comment if you've made it this far, and subscribe if you'd like to join me again in future readings. I do hope to see you again.